this is part 2, and I'm not alone.
He's feral, but he's a baby. He's like, oh, human.
Ooh, human. The cutest of cat. Speaking of cat, that's what I have to catch. The next thing I have to catch. The friend who offered me this challenge really wanted me to catch a skitty. Hey there,
So what do I have to do to get to see the screen? Or are you gonna like just do it?
I'm just gonna play for now. We'll work around how to screen share because oh my god, is it just difficult. Anyway, my dad's talking to me and Wally and would help him catch a Pokemon. I heard stories of them seeing the catching tutorial and the routes Wally gets can out of nowhere be a shiny, and he will keep that shiny. So it's like, why does this one trainer has a shiny?
No, I've seen it, and he doesn't have the rail.
Oh, it's not shiny anymore.
A normal one.
Oh,
Sometimes.
That's so weird.
Like it happened to me once, and I was like, really?
You never see it as a shiny Gardevoir. Now, I believe one of the rarest things you can get is a female starter that is shiny, because it's already a low percentage of a starter being female, so just imagine it being shiny. This is like, I think this is the slowest catching tutorial next to the one from Diamond and Pearl. I heard Sword and Shield, they finally made the tutorial skippable. Took them so long.
Oh, you've been playing this game for 20 years? You still need to learn how to... You still need to learn how to catch.
You still need to learn how to catch a darn Pokemon.
You still need to know how to...
Maybe they thought their audience would come from freaking Pokemon Go. The only reason I don't play Pokemon Go is because I simply don't go out much. Hey there, I forget your name. You know this dude with the shades in Hoenn?
Yeah, but I don't.
Yeah, right? He's so forgettable. It's just like a random dude. Even though he's semi-important, because I believe he knows Steven and that's it.
Yep.
Fighting a Junkster.
Some stuff disappears. Comes back later.
Comes back later for like a couple dialogue exchange.
Not even exchange, because you don't talk back.
You never talk back, what do you mean?
Hey, that's a lie.
That's a lie.
There's one game where you tell Reshiram to stop blowing shit up.
Yay. I mean, I know many people keep saying like Gen 5 is the highest peak. Well, I do agree on that, but I still like Gen 6. Gen 6 not entirely bad. X and Y wasn't the greatest, but I believe that Omega Ruby Alpha Sapphire delivered.
They're a great game.
It's just Sun and Moon, I don't hate it, but Sun and Moon is way too cutscene heavy for a game where story never really mattered. Like, what made Black and White so great, it was a great change of pace, but at the same time the story was actually generally good. But then when they ever try to make a good story, it's just never been, like, it's just not.
That game was my favorite game because of character development.
Because of
The
character
bond you make with
development.
the other trainers. It sets up a place for the anime, which is pretty darn cool, if you ask me, because technically it's happening 3 years before Ash gets there. Because you see when Karen, whatever you want to say, built the school and everything, and I'm pretty into that.
Sharing. Ah, yeah, Sharing is, he replaced the normal gym leader in a different location. It's interesting. I remember I told you this before, but it's weird that it's been confirmed that if gym leaders loses 3 times in a row in a gym challenge, they fucking lose their jobs. But every couple of games, they tell us like how some became gym leader. Whitney was apparently told by an Elite Four member to just straight up become a gym leader. Some of them are inherit as families, or others that were just simply pupils of the others.
Yep, and then there's family members like triplets.
Oh god, the
Like the
triplets. Oh yeah, the monkey trio.
Mhm.
That's another one. They stopped being a gym and they're just a freaking restaurant. You know, I should start watching the latest Pokemon anime since it's technically an entire reboot. Like, as far as we know, it's possible that only the first season is canon for it.
He remembers quite a few things. Actually. I don't remember what parts of the story he does remember, but he mentions a couple things.
Yeah. I do like the soundtrack of Sun and Moon. Like that at
I
least.
only like the battle music.
The battle music. I like all the variations of the Island Trial music. I like that. I like that jingle.
Mhm. But I'm kind of sad that they introduced a game mechanic.
Just to only use it
Just
once.
take it away.
I don't mind too much with the Z moves because it's said to be an Alolan only thing, but the Mega Evolution stood like for that game, but they took it out.
Mhm.
And unlike Z moves, like Z moves are just items, but Mega Evolution was like new entries of Pokemons. It's literally just cutting the decks even further than they already did. Because to me, what I like about Mega Evolution is the payoff of basically evolving your Pokemon again, but he just has no items. Which is why Rayquaza's broken, because he doesn't need a fucking, he doesn't need a Mega Stone. He just ate it.
Rayquaza is.
He's broken because he can just hold a Life Orb or just like a Choice Band and just be powerful in his Mega form. And just sweep almost like the entire team.
Life Orb is like banned for a couple formats too.
Well, I don't know how for much though, cause Life Orb is not the same power gain as the Choice Band and Choice Specs, cause I believe it's only 20% extra power and then you lose life. The Choice Band and Specs are just 50% boost, which is basically you already used like one stage of a move boost. But you're locked into the one move you choose. I find it funny that the ability Shadow Tag, the way they just bend the ability, you can't use Wobbuffet in like OU tier. Unless you use his hitting ability, which is not Shadow Tag.
Shadow Tag was the one that, okay, I died, you died too, right?
No, Shadow Tag was the one your opponent literally cannot switch out while you have that Pokemon on.
Ah,
And it caused a problem because apparently, if two Wobbuffets has leftovers, it's a stale and no one will die, no matter how many crits either. Because the leftovers will heal off both the recoil and the damage, and it's like, welp, we'll stay in here. And that's the reason why Battles has a time limit. But at first, all they did in Gen 3 was that Wobbuffet wasn't allowed to have a... Why did I use Confusion on a Persian? Look, all they did in Gen 3 was that Wobbuffet is not allowed to have a leftover.
Did you use a confusion on Buchiena?
I wasn't paying it. I wasn't paying attention.
Big brain.
Big brain? I'm sending my Charmander. That's a weird fish. Oh my god. Can
What are
I?
you doing? Are you putting a lighter on his scales?
I'm just. I'm just beating the first Team Aqua grunt.
Yeah, but I'm pretty sure that if your Charmander's tail poked out, it dies. So what are you doing? Are you putting like a lighter on it? Are you keeping a flamethrower on its butt?
We don't question things. There's that one Pokemon, if it stops hopping, it doesn't have a heartbeat.
Yep. Hip hop. Hop hip? I think it's hop hip.
Yeah, I think it's a Gen 3 Pokemon, right?
Mm-hmm. You take a pearl from...
The fucking pearl.
No, you do. You take it's a pearl from another Pokemon that, I think it dies if it gives away the pearl. I might be wrong.
No, it's just
Maybe
if
it's
it stops. No, it's just apparently if his heartbeat is always represented how much he's hopping. So if he stops bouncing around, he doesn't have a heartbeat. That's what the Pokédex implies.
Yeah, but it evolves.
Yeah, once it evolves, it doesn't have that problem at least.
Like, I'm talking about the evolution. Like, when it evolves, you have to get a pearl from another Pokemon.
Lol.
What's that shell?
The only Pokemon I can think of that would have a pearl with it is that one oyster.
Yeah, that oyster, but I forgot the name.
I forget the name too, but I know his only encounter in Gen 3 is when you're diving. Speaking of diving, I remember in Omega Ruby, I'm just like doing a bunch of thieves on Lovedis just to get heart scales.
Those scales on.
Heart scales, you use it to remember moves with the move reminder.
And to forget them. Don't forget
No,
creating.
the move deleter is free though, and it's because of A-Gems, the only reason it exists. That's the only way to get rid of an A-Gem move with the move deleter.
Yeah, I know.
Which is stupid. Why do something like that? Especially since if the A-Gem is a key item, why bother? I mean,
Accidentally delete it.
I think, I mean, that's only for the first two generations where you can store in the key items in the PC, but Gen 3, like, with the key items you can't in Gen 3.
Oh, by the way, I hate it. I hate it on the older games. I think it was Gen 4 and backwards.
Gen 4.
Yeah, it was Gen 4 and backwards. You couldn't use a technical machine. Because you lost it once.
Actually, apparently
So
when you transfer Pokemons from Gen 3 to 4 to 5 and then to 6, you can't have them with a Shem move because it may have a possibility that you just gave away all your Pokemons with a Shem moves and you're stuck in that location where you do the transfer. But again, that shouldn't be much of an issue. But still, why not make it so a location where you're not stuck needing to use Surf if you don't have Fly in specifically Diamond and Pearl's case? Why you had to go so far for the transfer? No, that's the worst thing. You needed to complete the scene regional dex to even use the transfer.
And then when you play, I'm going back to Gen 5 for this. There's this reactor or whatever. This railgun looking building where you put black or white. I don't know if it's on the second one, but I don't really remember that much about the second one. I I was mostly focused on the first one, even though Black 2 was pretty dope.
Oh, yeah.
Answering Pokemon there was pretty funny because you go to this railgun.
Oh yeah, I actually did it because I currently didn't have a real physical copy of a Gen 4 game because I lost Soul Silver. But my friend at least had Diamond, and I have my own copy of Black, and I wanted to transfer specifically the Latias, but it also forces you to transfer more Pokemon. But then this stupid weird slingshot mini game, like what is this?
That was so weird. It's like out of nowhere. Okay, you're playing this game where you have to catch Pokemon, you have to battle people. Now catch these Pokemon while they're slowly drifting toward.
Apparently, though how fast they move between the bushes is dependent on how low their catch rate is. So when you're transferring a fucking legendary.
They go.
Yes, they zoom. Holy shit.
In my first.
That's what it has. Effect Spore.
In my first playthrough, I caught. What was the second evolution for Leavanny? Do you remember that name? I don't remember.
Leavanny? Is that a Gen 5 Pokemon?
Yeah.
Is that is that the moth? No, that's Larvasta. No, that's
It's the
Larvasta.
mantis one that makes clothes for the tiny worm ones. It's like a. Is it Silcoon? Is it? No, it's not Silcoon.
Oh god.
Okay, the point is, I caught a Leavanny, but it wasn't the Leavanny, it was the second evolution. And,
I'm losing to a Shroomish because I'm just running out of PP, and then my Mudkip is weak to the Absorb. Oh, that doesn't do much to him? Okay. Oh my god, I hate Effect Spore so much. Watch me lose to one trainer battle because I'm not paying attention. God dang it.
and those dancers that go through it to raise its attack stats. And I would use, what's the name? Then I would use Baton Pass. And I would have this retarded, super high stat Leavanny. And I would just keep using Bullet Punch people.
Bullet Punch.
It was so stupid.
The only good Bullet Punch user I have is like the Scizor.
It was like the least effective way of playing a bug type. A mono bug type team. But I did it.
A mono bug type? What?
Yep.
Ew. I seen bug type only challenges, and the most effective is Hargoso Silver because of the bug catching and how many bugs there are. But Jesus Christ, that's just like no. Like, what are the best bug types besides Heracross, presumably Beedrill, and then there's obviously Scyther and Scizor.
Well, Volcarona for starters. Cause
Oh yeah, but that's a Gen 5. Like, if I'm talking Gen 4, he's not there.
Isn't Ninjask?
Oh yeah, Ninjask. Like, what he has going for is like speed boost and the Tom Pass.
Not only that, it only has 1 HP. I mean,
that's Shedinja. No, that's Shedinja. Ninjask is the other one.
Yeah, that one. Yeah, but I'm saying like Ninjask and the other one. Like, you know, the one that has 1 health. That's
One health.
Because it couldn't die.
You know how Dynamax works? Where you just double the HP, right?
Yeah.
Shedinja with 2 HP.
Yeah. It had 1 HP. It had 2 HP, dude.
Okay, apparently someone used Shedinja to specifically trigger a berry, but because it only triggers when you have HP lost. But he had to trigger it by not just Dynamaxing, so he has 2 HP, but he has to use the move Endure. Which I don't know why the fuck. I don't know why the heck he has the move Endure for a 1 HP Pokemon. Like, why not just Protect instead? The same thing for his.
Because Protect loses effectiveness when used in succession.
So does Endure actually. So does Endure actually, I believe.
Does it? I don't really recall. But the reason a lot of people used it was because it had 2 HP. You use that thing. I don't know if it conflicted with Sturdy. It might conflict with Sturdy. I'm not sure. I don't really care.
I think Sturdy is.
I just know that I hate it when people use it.
I think Sturdy is just the no item function of having Focus Sash.
No, Sturdy just doesn't let you die.
No, you cannot get 1-hit KO. That's what it does. As long as it's a 2-shot, or let's say you were like poisoned, you're just dead. Fucking double kick. I never understood some of these multi-hitting moves because apparently moves like double kick and Tween Needle, I believe, only attacks twice. But then there's double slat that can attack up to 5 times.
Yep.
I don't get that.
Dude, it's fair and balanced, you know.
Sure, let me.
There was a time where people would use Wonder Guard with Ghost type.
Oh my god. Wonder Guard is on a ghost type.
I know, that's the thing. That's what I'm saying. People would use Wonder Guard on a ghost type, except me. Like I would play with a lot of people, and they would leave whenever they saw.
Actually, didn't. Yeah, when you don't have. Oh no.
Wonder Guard.
What kind? With
and I was
like those types.
So what you're saying is
the trolling hacks of Pokemon abilities.
And I was like, so what you're saying is you were not expecting to find someone as stupid as me, who unironically runs the skill Mold Breaker.
How annoying would it be that you're in a Pokemon randomizer and a Spiritomb comes with Wonder Guard?
Oh god.
Like, you're just roadblocked there.
I'd be like, I'm just gonna Master Ball you.
Master Ball? If it's a trainer, then you're just fucked.
Trainer, I guess I'll let him kill me. I'll spawn at the nearest Pokemon Center.
I saw this challenge about this guy, the challenge is that his team will always change to the last trainer he beat it. And the way it works is because, you know, ROM hacks and all that. You literally just beat the trainer. Your entire team has been, like, swapped in for what the trainer has. And it's so fucking weird. Cause, he was doing it in Heart Gold Soul Silver. And just the Bellsprout Tower, man. How many new Bellsprout resetting to level 3 you're gonna get? And then when he was streaming and he was told, like, be careful, there is a guy with 6 magic cards, and he's like, then I will avoid that.
Turns into the guy right after that.
And that's easy to avoid. It's one of those where you literally just have to talk to the person. Because they're just looking away to the water.
So, have you ever been able to trigger off that really, really satisfying flail one shot?
Flail? I don't think I ever actually used Flail.
Okay, so what the thing, what
I know what it does. It
the thing
basically,
is,
I think it powers up the less HP you have, or does it make your opponent
Yeah.
have the same HP you have? I keep forgetting. There's a
No,
lot of moves.
Flail-
There's a lot of moves
Flail
similar.
does damage. Flail does damage. Reciprocate to how little HP you have left. So let's say you have 1 HP, right? Okay, Flail.
Ah, actually, no. I remember doing this one annoying thing where I have a nose pass, low level against high level. It has sturdy and pain split.
Oh god.
And then I just toxic it for the lols.
Okay, so I used to have.
Oh god, an Abra.
I used to have a Blizzy in Gen 5. But this Blizzy, I don't remember what the nature was, but it was the one that raises defense by lowering
I
attack.
can't
think it was.
remember much of those. I only remember the one that raises speed or either the attack, because those seems to be like the most important ones.
So I had that, and her speed was garbage. So what I used to do was Trick Room.
Okay.
And since she had like garbage speed, she was always the slowest. I would just keep using. I think it's. No, it's not Rollout. What's the name of that defense move? It raises its own defense. You know what I'm talking about?
There's about a couple. There's like there's the one that Mawel uses, but it's crap. There's Iron Defense, Harden. There's Amnesia for special defense.
Iron Defense. I think it was either Iron Defense or Harden. It was one of those two. And then I would just max out my defense, and when it was the last turn of the Trick Room, I would just use Split.
Apparently there's a glitch in Gen 1 where if you're up against like a very higher level Pokemon than you and your stat has been lowered so much by these moves, the way that it calculates, because it's near 0 or something like that, it will treat it like it's maxed.
That's so funny.
And you just end up either like one-shotting everything because your attack is that low, or you're not taking like any damage at all because your defense is that low. And it's like this weird, it's like, what? Anyway, I'm in Route 116 because this is where Skitty is. I swear, is Skitty a low encounter rate again?
I don't know, is it?
I have no idea. I haven't checked the encounter rate, I just checked the route.
So, on my last playthrough of... you're playing Emerald, isn't it?
Yeah, I'm playing Emerald.
That's what you're playing?
Yeah. What are you gonna play,
my
like
last,
Ruby?
On my last playthrough, like I said, I still have questions about my primate's masculinity. And I had this one really weird
Skitty!
nice. I had this one really weird thing happen where Zubats would spawn outside of caves, and I was like, why are you here? Why are you following me?
Wait, in what
Stop
game where a Zubat even
spawning."
spawns outside of a cave?
I don't know, dude. It happened there for some reason. I don't remember if it was because I was technically inside a cave, because I was, like, near one, or whatever the heck, but I kept in Zubats, and I was like, okay, you know what? I'm tired of you. I'm gonna catch you. And I started catching all the Zubats at whatever spawn, and I ended up maxing out like 3 boxes just with Zubats.
Oh, dude, I have to reorganize like my Omega Ruby boxes because I have so much Pokemon that it's just like hatched from an egg and I just left them there. And all I'm doing with those is just wonder trading, but even then, just trying to wonder trade every single one of them is a pain.
And then at one point, I ended up like saying, you know what? I got you here. I got so many Subats. None of you are shiny. And I was like, which one of you is the most pathetic? And I found this one level 1 Subat. And I was like, okay. Come with me. And I started raising that Zubat. And then I ended up making it a Crobat. And it was hilarious because this one Crobat was so pathetic. He was slow as shit because he had this,
His nature.
His nature lowered his speed to raise his attack.
That's horrible because that is actually Crobat's best stat, and having it like that is just terrible.
And I was like, okay, and my friend would look at my Zubat, at my Crobat, and he was like, why is it so slow? And I said, I don't know.
Dude.
Why is anything the way it is, you know?
Lol.
It's pathetic.
It happened
I'm
to
happy
me
about it.
questioning why my Mareep and the entire evolution line of Mareep is so slow, because usually when you think of an electric type, they're fast, but no, apparently Mareep and Ampharos is one of the slowest electric evolution lines. And I'm like, this is sad. I always look for electric for the speed, and because water's so fucking common to slaughter.
Yep.
And
But common, there's a common trend, or at least, well, not really a common trend. It's more of a very unpopular opinion. And talking about Gen 1 Pokemon, I really don't like electric types in Gen 1. Like, the only thing they have going for them is they were weak to like one thing, but they were very subpar.
yes, the only good one was Jolteon, and that was purely because he has the second best speed in Gen 1, alongside Mewtwo and I believe I forgot, but there was 3 Pokemon tied for second place. But the fastest was Electro. But the sad part is he can only learn electric moves via TM.
Yep. And that was very easy.
Dude, Gen 1 is real like that.
Everybody was like, oh no, dude, electric Pokemon were broken in Gen 1. They
No.
were weak to nothing. And I was like, no.
No. Dude, in Gen 1, Dig and Earthquake has the same base power 100.
Yep.
They only lowered it later because, why should Dig be the same power?
Right? Why would digging do the same damage as a fucking landmass slapping you in the face?
Yeah, but and the good thing about Gen 1 and using Dig is because, there's also, like, when you're underground, nothing can hit you but Swift, and it was also before they implemented that Earthquakes can hit digging enemies.
That's fine.
Yeah. Anyway, I'm gonna end this session here, and let's just start anew.
You're gonna end it?
I'm just ending this session.